The most popular sentinel on Ascent at high levels of gameplay has always been Killjoy. Today at Esports Driven, we'll cover the top tier setups and lineups the pros use, so make sure to give them a try in your ranked games. First, let's talk about the stuff you can do on a site attack. If you want to play it slow and punish the enemies pushing, use this turret on top of the wall. Make sure to be ready to swing on the turret's contact. The enemies can be distracted by the turret becoming easy targets for you. If you notice a defender start using the one-way smoke, you should instead place your turret right under it. It will spot anyone playing in an A lobby, allowing you to wide swing and kill him. Once your team has decided to push, make sure to place your alarm bot right here to make sure nobody's flanking you. Then for the post-plant setup, drop your mollies on this spot if the spike is planted next to the generator, and on top of the green box if the spike is planted at dice. Another way you can effectively use your mollies is to stall time and deal damage to the defenders when they're trying to retake. For this, you can place them for heaven by throwing them between these two boxes, or use them by the metal door and activate your swamp grenades as they walk by. Once you get your turret back, place it quickly in front of main and hide and whine. Listen carefully for your team's calls and your turret info. You want to stall the maximum amount of time so you don't peek out too early. Usually the main gets smoked off, so you can use that to spray through and hope to kill the defender defusing. Most of the time, pro teams will leave their Killjoy player on B main watching for a B push or mid aggression. There are multiple good turret placements for slow default rounds. The first one will see deep into B main, allowing you to push safely and grab the orb. For the second one, you need to place it on top of this building. It will watch both aggression from B main as well as the mid push. The third turret is located on this wall and sees deep mid, both catwalk and the pizza market area. It's tricky to place, but it can quickly detect an opper peeking cat at the start of the round. When you're ready to push B, make sure to leave your alarm bot in lobby and recall your turret. You can play the post plant from both main and site. Your setup will differ from both positions. If you play from site, place your mollies on the box below lane and on the stairs. They will help you hold the defenders back and deal some damage. The bottom lane position is extremely underrated and surprises enemies as they drop onto site. If you play from main, throw your mollies market in CT and place your turret in front of the main smoke. You'll need to be careful and listen to the enemies crossing to this lane. This is the timing for you to swing out of the smoke and kill them from behind. On the A site, you can play 4 different setups. The goal is to hold the site and the garden area. For the first setup, you need to place your turret on the boxes right here. Make sure to make the turret look towards you by right-clicking. It will spot anyone walking out main and out of garden. It is very annoying to deal with as the attackers will be exposed to the whole site before they destroy it. There are 2 good places to put your alarm bot, in garden or by the switch right here. Throw one molly on this green spot, dealing damage to anyone closing the door. You can place the second one in garden or by the generator, both are very good. If your enemies abuse the garden push, you can use this setup. Turret on the boxes, molly on the first and third manhole cover, and the alarm bot on the middle like this. Pop your mollies as the bot detects anyone and your enemies will be destroyed. If the attackers only go through main, it can be interesting to set up for the site only. You can place your turret on the boxes like before or under heaven, an unexpected but still effective location. The alarm bot should be next to the choke point. Here's a good spot. The best mollies for the setup are next to the generator and next to the door, but you can use them for main too. Next comes the retake setup. It's better to do it when you have your ultimate, so tell your team to stack mid and B and play alone on A. Put your turret under heaven, your bot on the left of the generator, and the mollies on the front and back right here. This will delay the plant and deal damage. This will give your team time to rotate. The retake will be easier if you have your ultimate available, but we'll talk about that later on. If you play the B site, you might need to leave a bot mid. You can pair it with a molly and it'll let you know if attackers push through mid to mark it. If you feel like you don't need that, use it on site. Here are 2 good positions you can place it, on mid and on lane. If you place your bot main, here are good mollies and turret placements. You can play around the setup from different places, CT spawn, stairs, or even lane behind this wall. But if you want to destroy anyone going lane, here's your go-to setup. You need to place your mollies behind the walls in order to protect them. They will deal a lot of damage. The turret goes in the logs area, shooting in the back of enemies pushing in. You can also use this turret on the boxes. With this setup, you should be positioned on site or back site. Make sure to pop your mollies and swing on your alarm bot's contact. If you want, you can place a molly in the boathouse, dealing damage to anyone willing to close the market door, or on this metal thing. It will hit the enemy taking the B main orb. You can also place your turret here. It will see main and mark it. You can sit and mark it and play off its contact. Now let's talk about Lockdown, Killjoy's ultimate. On attack, the B site is the best option as it pushes the defenders completely off site. This placement is very good. The only problem is that if the defenders have an Odin or Ares, as they could destroy it through the wall. If you fear that could be the case, place it right here behind the orb box. Be careful, it will leave a gap back site where enemies can hide in. You will need to clear it. On A site, your ultimate will cover the whole site except from heaven and hell, so you'll have to do this easy lineup to punish anyone hiding there. Position in this corner by the green box and look up until you see that brick on the wall. Look higher until your crosshair is on the spike in the sky. Make an instant jump throw and you'll be good to go. The only thing you need to do is clear on the right of hell, as someone could be standing there. On the defender's side, your ultimate is key to retake A. Go in this corner and place it. Be careful because enemies will want to rush you or use abilities to break it. The only area the lockdown doesn't cover is wine, so you need to make sure you learn this molly lineup. Line yourself up with this line on the left side arch and aim at this leaf right here. The attackers will take a ton of damage by standing in this corner. It might even kill someone. On B site, there's two options. The first one will be there on this box. It will cover a bit of B main and the site. Backside will not be covered by the ultimate. If you've taken control of main and market, you can use this one as it will cover the whole B site, trapping everyone. Make sure to look down when you place it, as the boat will protect it from wall bangs. The attackers will have no other choice than to rush you to destroy the lockdown, giving you an advantage. Now you know how to play Killjoy and Ascent like a pro. If you want to learn more setups for Killjoy, check out our other guides by clicking the playlist on the right. And if this guide helped you, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.